Hey guys, welcome to another video on OrmsTV, and today we are playing and checking out the brand new lens here from Sony, the 24-50 f2.8G. So let's get the specs out of the way on this new lens. So this is a 24-50G. Now, when we look at this lens, you can definitely see that this is sort of a smaller brother of the more professional 24-70 f2.8G Master. But the comparisons we'll talk a little bit later. Let's first look at this one. Now, when we look at this lens, it is a straight f2.8. We do have the new aperture adjusting dial at the back, which is a really nice touch, and I like these aperture rings on all lenses. You do have, interestingly enough, a declick aperture button as well. So for the video guys out there, you can declick this lens completely and have nice, smooth, silent aperture adjustments. You also have the custom button here, which is also something we see in all G and GM lenses. Now, what is a big standout on this lens is the size and the weight. And I think that's gonna appeal to a lot of people out there. This is only 440 grams, making this a very, very light f2.8 lens. Now, seeing that this is a G-range lens from Sony, this will still give you very good professional image quality, seeing that this has got aspherical and ED elements in the lens. This is also coated with a fluorine coating on a lot of these elements. Now, when we do go and look at some of these images that we shot here today, you can still see that the image quality is still very good and sharp, even though it's not technically a G Master lens. The G range from Sony is still offering you very good performance. And on a side note, we are shooting on the A7 IV body, meaning you'll have a good resolution of about 30-33 megapixels. Now, I think when people look at this lens, the obvious question would be, how does this compare to the bigger brother, which is the 24-70 f2.8 G Master version 2. Now, while we were moving around here in Newlands Forest, something I immediately noticed is that I was definitely missing that 50 to 70 mil gap. There was many times where I felt like I needed that extra little push just to zoom into the shot or sort of like to get like more of a compressed look to my image. And that is something that some users might sort of lose out of when they look at the 24-50. However, I think Sony didn't compromise anything in terms of the image quality, because looking at these images and the results, it is so close to the G Master that it is visually almost not noticeable. Yes, you can pixel peep at the images, you can look at something like chromatic aberration and say out the coatings on the G Master is far superior. It might give you edge to edge better sharpness in the corners, but this is kind of nitpicking at things. And when we look at this 24-50G, it is roughly going to be almost half the price than the G Master. So this is definitely a really nice lens for Sony to bring out, something in the sort of the more affordable range of their G range. And almost everybody these days are shooting with like a 24-70. So having this at a more affordable price bracket is going to be great for their clients. Now, if we talk about autofocus, this is also an area that you'll think Sony kind of like took some technology out of this lens, and that is not the case here at all. We were doing some shots of us moving around in video, doing some face tracking, and I think cameras these days, they've sort of reached the point where the technology and the autofocus is so much from the body, obviously also the lens, but the bodies are taking a lot of that knock. And I think in terms of this lens, there's no compromise in autofocus in photo or even video mode. And having this sort of lighter, smaller lens is going to be great for the video oaks out there who are rigging or mounting this camera or sort of shooting run and gun the whole day. You know, having lighter gear is really good. The other small thing I just want to throw in at the end as well, that it is crazy to think that a lens this size and weight is also weather sealed. Also something Sony did not sort of take out of the lens to make it more affordable. So that's also really awesome. So for any guys out there shooting run and gun, needing a light setup, something a little bit more affordable than the G Master 2, but still need professional quality, check out the Sony 24-50 f2.8G. It's a great lens. Thanks for watching this little preview on the Sony 24-50 f2.8G. If you guys are keen to pre-order one, check it out on the ormsdirect.co.za website. And also remember to follow our YouTube channel and Instagram and hit that like button. We'll check you next time. Cheers.